Good afternoon. My name's Trevor Bottomley from T-Bots Music with another piano tutorial from the East Riding of Yorkshire in the UK. And today I'd like to talk to you about note time values and time signatures. Okay, so if we look at the graphic there, we'll see that we've got the treble clef, and following the treble clef we've got a time signature which is indicating 4/4 time. Now the time signature is used in music to indicate meter, and the meter is the regularly recurring patterns and accents in bars, measures and beats. It's written as a fraction and is placed immediately after the key signature or after the clef signature if the key signature is empty. Now if it's empty, that means that we're in the natural key of C because there are no sharps and flats in it. It's also known as a measure signature or a bar signature. The top number, which in a fraction is called the numerator, represents how many beats to the bar or measure, and the bottom number, known as the fraction as the denominator, indicates the note values used as a unit of time. If the time signatures say 4/4 time, then the top 4 represents the number of note values indicated in the bottom figure of the time signature, and the bottom figure represents the note value. Now in this case, 4/4 time, the 4 represents a crotchet or a quarter note, which represents 1 beat. So that means that 4 beats to the bar or measure. Time signature can appear in other parts of the piece, comes immediately after a byline and indicates a change of meter. We've already explained what the meter is. Okay, now if we look above the time signature, you'll note that there's a crotchet and it says equals 60. That means 60 beats or 60 crotchets to the minute. Now normally you would play this at 120 beats per minute, but as it's an instructional video, we've slowed it down so that you can understand it better and listen to it more clearly. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to play this video through so that you can see how it plays out. Now we've added a metronome to this, so it beats out 4 beats to the bar as it's going through the music. If you count along with it, you'll see exactly what we mean. Okay, here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you are. That's how it plays out. Hope that gives you some insight into what we're talking about here and trying to give you instruction on. Now we're going to now show you a graphic which is animated, which more or less repeats exactly what we've said here, but again hopefully it will give you more understanding of what we're talking about. Also you should be able to take a screenshot of it and file it for future reference. This is what I call a notation timing tower, and all will be revealed very shortly. First of all, we have the semi-brief, which is a whole note, which equals 4 beats. Then we have the minim, which equals a half note. That equals 2 beats. Then we have the crotchet, which is a quarter note, and that equals 1 beat. Following that we have the quaver, which is an 1/8 note, and that represents half a beat. After that comes a semi-quaver, which is a 1/16 note, and that becomes a quarter beat. Finally we have the demi-semi-quaver, which is a 32nd note, and that represents an 1/8 beat. Now we come to the maths. There are 2 demi-semiquavers that equal 1 semiquaver. 2 semiquavers equal a quaver. 2 quavers equal a crotchet. 2 crotchets equal a minim. 2 minims equal a semibreve. And here are the maths with regard to that. So you've got 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which equals 32, and that's 32 demi-semiquavers in 1 semibreve. Then as we go down, we're going to reduce the 2's by 1 every time. So this time you've got 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, which equals 16 semiquavers, which equal 1 semibreve. Then we've got 2 by 2 by 2 equals 8 quavers. That also equals 1 semibreve. Then we've got 2 by 2 equals 4 crotchets equals 1 semibreve. Then we have 2 by 1, which equals 2 minims, which equals semibreve. Right, this is the maths continued. And the demi-semiquaver 16th note lasts for half the beat of a semiquaver and represents an eighth of 1 beat. Semiquaver 8th note lasts for half the beat of a quaver and represents a quarter of 1 beat. The quaver quarter note lasts for half the beat of a crotchet and represents a half of 1 beat. The crotchet half note lasts for half the beat of a minim and represents 1 beat. The minim note lasts for 2 beats of a semibreve. The semibreve note lasts for 4 beats. So I hope this lesson has been of some use to you. There is obviously more to be learned regarding timing, such as rest, dotted notes, ties, etc. But we'll go into these things in a future lesson. For now, I'd like you to concentrate on recognising the different note values as shown, how they work in music. Keep practicing, and happy piano playing.